everyone, I'm Bonnie Krebs and welcome to Watercolor the Art Impressions Way. Today I'm going to show you how to stamp this little cottage. It shows on the packaging a little cottage by the beach, but this is so versatile. You could put this little cottage anywhere. Just by changing the color of the water, you could put it by a lake, put some trees in the background. There's so many different options and that you can do with this. So there'll be more videos coming out on this to give you some different ideas, but for now we'll just do the put the little cottage by the beach. Okay, so in addition to this, this comes with 2 daisies and a little kite, but in addition we also need some things from the basic flower and foliage set. So I'm going back to these. I'm going to use the vine, the small grass, and the large grass from the foliage set, and from the flower set I'm going to use this little one here with the little tiny dots, these little wildflowers. Okay, so let's get started. First thing we're going to do is stamp the cottage. If the cottage is old and rustic, we would stamp it in the sepia, but if it's going to be mostly white, which this one is, we're going to stamp it in the blue. This is just going to be a little white cottage by the beach. So I'm just going to ink it with the blue, which is a number 86 African violet, and stamp it on the watercolor paper. The next step is to pull the color out of the lines. So I'm just going to take my brush and drag this color out of the lines. This area on the side is going to be really dark. This is going to be in the shadows, so we can actually pull this color out and fill in the entire side of the cabin. Go under the eaves. This is going to be really dark under here. And in here where the doorway is. And around the window. And under here. Just follow the lines. This underneath, you can do one sweep all the way across. A little shadow under there. And you can see how this is starting to take shape. We can put something decorative in here, some cute little window panes. Just the idea of things. We can add some more detail just by dragging this color down. Like so. And let's go to the palette now. This is just the marker scribbled on the palette. So I'm going to pick up some sepia, which is a number 45, and I'm going to color in the roof. Try to leave a white border around. This is going to give you a lot more dimension on the roof. It'll sort of look like the roof is kind of pulling up on the edges. And what we want to do is keep things from looking flat. So everything we can do to avoid that is good. I'm going to put some of this color on the door. And you can see how this is starting to take shape. Let's add something bright. Let's make some little shutters here. On here. And we're about ready to go to the next step. Okay. Let's pull out the color now from the sides. We want to drag some of this color out. Even when we're doing a little structure like this, it adds so much dimension to do that. So let's just pull some of this out. So let's add some grass now. I'm going to take this long, tall grass like this, and I'm just going to really get some grass in here, in the side. This is going to come all the way down in front. Stamp that over and over and over again. And pull that color up and out. This is going to make the grass look so much more natural. Let's take our brush now and we're going to pick up some of this blue. We're going to brush in some water. You want to keep your hand straight when you're doing water. Just brush the lines in just like this. You can put a little bit over here as well. Just keep your hand straight. And remember, it's just the idea of things. Brush in some sand. Make this really beachy. This is a number 30 rosewood. And we're just going to brush a little of this color on. We can put a little darker color in under here, just so that we have more of a shadow. And then let's add some flowers in the foreground. So here's the little daisies that come with this. I just love these little guys. They're so cute. So I'm going to ink the blooms. These are great in the any of the containers as well. So I'm inking the blooms and the vines. And they're next to each other, but they work really well together. So you ink them both together. And you want to do a repeat. So on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just add water. And you can see how they just sort of come to life. You just touch these blooms with your brush. And let's take the little grass now, and let's just add a little bit of grass here by this little cottage. Bring this all the way down. Add some water to it. And we can add some little of these little tiny flowers to it. Just ink a few. We can add a few over here as well. And these are so tiny, you just barely need to touch it with your brush. Just touch it. Let's put the little kite up in the air. Let's ink this with the sepia. And let's just put some bright colors in here. How about some of this aqua? And then I put a little yellow. You could brush in a little sky color if you want. A little bit back in here. You don't have to stress out about this at all. This is the easiest part. And there you go. A little place by the beach. And done in just a few minutes. Be sure to sign your work, because every time you do these, they're going to be different. Thanks for watching.